welcome. We have our guest, Alex. How do you exactly say your last name? And how would you introduce yourself to our audience?
Alex Templeski, introduction. I'm a photographer, full-time content creator. I've been doing photography for just a year and a half. Been doing social media full-time since February, so it's coming on a year. Started on TikTok about a year ago. Grew to 10.8 million followers in that time. Right now, just grinding, growing my social media page, trying to monetize, trying to make it big out there.
When did you know it was kind of like the time to like shift? Because did you have like a day job like that you were working? before?
Yeah.
So when was it like, oh, okay, I can do this full time?
Other people were like telling me that I needed to quit my job once I hit 3 million followers on TikTok. It wasn't part of my reality to like live off social media and do TikTok for a living. Like that wasn't part of my reality. Like I grew up thinking that you get a job in an office and you work there until you're 60 and then you retire and call it like, and then that's life. But once I hit 3 million, people were like, dude, do you realize you can be doing this full time? I'm like, okay. I started to like believe in it, and then I just went for it.
Yeah.
This is the way more fun lifestyle, I feel like.
It's the best.
Yeah. I mean, are you talking about like, would you have been more of like a professional photographer? Because when we talk to like TikTokers who do dance, right, a lot of them started off being in dance schools and trying to be the best in dance. Was that kind of like the...
No, I worked in the insurance industry. I would have done that until I was 60.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like
wow.
So I had this office. I studied statistics in college. I became an actuary, which is like a really good job, pays a lot, but it was boring. But I didn't really know what else to do.
What is that, actuary?
Actuaries, they work for insurance companies and they figure out the price for insurance products.
That has to sound like one of the most boring jobs you could possibly fucking do. I'm going to be honest with you.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. So
this is way better, right?
It's the best, dude. Yeah.
It's like one of those jobs that like like when you hear it, it sounds like it pays really well, but you just don't know what it is. And it just sounds super boring.
It's like something a smart person would tell you that they do for a living.
Yeah, or like when like kids are like asking like other kids like what like their parents do for do for work, and they're like, oh yeah, my dad's an actuary, and they're like, oh cool. They just have no fucking clue.
But you just know it just pays well.
Yeah.
Along Came Polly. That's the one pop culture reference for actuary.
So he was an actuary.
Ben Stiller, yeah.
Okay, so if you guys don't know the movie, Ben Stiller, like he judged the risk of insurance policies, right?
Yeah.
And he ended up, and then the other lead in that movie was
Jennifer Aniston.
That was a great movie.
They made an insurance movie?
No. This movie was funny as fuck. If you've never, what's your quick 1 minute of Along Came Polly? Because I love the movie. I've seen it so many times.
I don't know. I've seen it once, but I remember that he was an actuary and like he would always overanalyze risk because that's what an actuary does. So he's super cautious. And I guess he met this girl that was like, live free, stop being so like risk, afraid of risk and shit. I don't really remember.
It was just because like he was dating this woman that he was going to marry. They went over to the Bahamas and then he walked in on her having sex with a scuba instructor and then ended everything.
I didn't remember that part. It's been a while.
I remember this movie. I remember.
After I said he fucked the scuba instructor, you're like, oh yeah.
Well, they were the Eagle fans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I remember that movie. It was in the Oscars, wasn't it? Like nominated for one?
No, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was. Was it? I'm pretty confident. Wait, Bradley Cooper and then fucking Jennifer Lawrence, right?
Nope.
No, dude. Wrong movie.
Ben Stiller and fucking who's
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston.
Oh.
I think that you're thinking. That is so. The thing is, I know what movie you're talking about. Can't put my finger on it. That is so far away from like it.
It was called The Silver Lining Playbook.
Yes, that's what it is.
That's what it's called.
Silver Lining Playbook. We said the title of the movie. We said it's called Along Came Polly. That's like saying like, hey, we love this show called SpongeBob. It's about a sponge in the sea. And then your friend just goes, oh, I know. I love Modern Family with...
That's different because everyone's watched SpongeBob. Like I wouldn't skip over like when you say SpongeBob.
All right. Okay, Alex, what do you see as... you're in this influencer space, but not coming in as the way that we grew up knowing it, which is this kid that's way too young who got a ton of fame and huge on TikTok. You came into it differently, like with an actual more so like a skill, like photography. I don't know. How would you... What was that journey like going into there and realizing, oh, I'm an influencer now? Even though like the traditional sense of what an influencer is like Charlie D'Amelio or David Dobrik.
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't really come into it with photography skills. Like, I learned photography and social media at the same time. I've only been doing photography for like a year and a half. So as soon as I was good enough to make decent pictures, like I started posting like really consistently on social media and started building my following. So I've been learning those two things together. Yeah, it's just been figuring things out day by day.
It's been working.
What's the most exciting shit that you've learned, or like the hardest part?
The hardest part, geez, I don't know. I really don't know. It's been, like, it sounds funny, but it hasn't really been that hard. I really enjoy this, and it's come really naturally.
Yeah. And you were saying that, like, because I feel my gut instinct tells me that the stuff that you do is easier when it comes to like the emotional mental part, because you're not going to be like judged more on you as a person and what you look like and what you do, more so as your art, which is a good thing. And I was telling you earlier, I was like, there's no way you get hate, but you said you get hate when you like when on some of the stuff that you do, and I don't know how that's possible because you do photography TikTok,
right?
It gets hated on. Like, what's happened?
So I think what happened was I was one of the first photographers to really like go aggressively on TikTok and post content and try and build a following on there, because I knew there was something special about that app, like the organic reach on there, the fact that you could go viral, blow up overnight. I recognized that, and as a photographer, I'm like, I need to jump on that. But other photographers were like, no, that's silly. That's for dancers. That's for little kids. We're staying on Instagram where it's all about photos. Like, well, I'm a photographer. I'm going to post photos on Instagram. But I'm like, no. Like, TikTok allows the best opportunity right now. You can blow up overnight. So I jumped in on that, and I started blowing up. As a beginner photographer, I had 1 million followers. And other photographers, they did not like that. They did not like that I was doing things differently, that I was carving my own path, that I wasn't following the do the Instagram thing, post the photos. Like, I was doing something else, and they hated that. Like, there's a group of photographers that they were trying to take me down. Like, they were just like just trying to bring me down, man.
The mob, bro.
Yeah.
So how does that actually happen? Like what? Like
what does it look like? Who are they? The Canon organization, or are they like the subreddit on Canon cameras?
Yeah, Reddit, Twitter. Like, I've never once engaged with them, never once responded to them. Only if they see this podcast will they know that I actually knew that they were talking all that shit. But I just like, I didn't give it any air. I just like stayed focused, kept doing my thing, let them like fizzle out and like, you know, throw their punches at nothing. And basically they just kind of tired themselves out, and it's kind of over now.
That has to be one of the most unexpected things. Like,
no, it's not though.
But like, no, who would have thought that there's beef?
No,
there's drama everywhere.
Remember, we have a friend named Sean, who Sean does magic. Do you know him on TikTok?
Yeah.
He's huge. He does magic, and he does like, he used to throw the basketballs behind his head. And he said that magicians really don't fuck with him, and have like spoken out about him. Like, the Magic Castle in LA is a spot that magicians go to. Mm-hmm. Like, people there talk shit about him because he's a huge magician on TikTok. It's right.
Right.
It's weird. And
it's jealousy.
It's jealousy.
Yeah.
Because you're making a bag, he's making a bag, and millions more people know what you guys do versus other people who might be just posting pictures on Instagram to 1,000 people.
Yep.
That's the cold hard truth of it.
Yeah.